Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining two or more grains.
What were you saying?
Oh, well, nothing smokes good like a Marlboro.
Yeah, I mean...
It killed them cowboys, every single one of them.
Yeah, and when you think about it, when most people judge the enjoyment they're going to have of drugs, I mean, you want the coke that killed somebody, man, you know?
Well, you know, when I think about the enjoyment that I get out of cigarettes, it's mostly not freaking out because I don't have a cigarette. That's what I get out of having a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
The first time I ever smoked a cigarette, they tricked me. Did I tell you about this? I got like a head buzz, and I did that a couple of times when I smoked cigarettes.
Also, I want to be clear. I want to be clear that I don't want anybody to do the drugs that kill people. Please don't die from doing drugs.
I mean, if you're responsible, be smart.
Just don't do drugs and die, man. Jeez, don't do bad drugs.
Don't do anything that's a powder.
Not
or
like
a pill right now.
Cigarettes are good drugs. Cigarettes don't kill anybody, you know?
Don't do any powders or pills right now. That's not a good thing to do right now because everybody has fentanyl and everything, and you're going to die.
Fentanyl cigarettes, man. I'm
surprised that hasn't been circling.
It gives me a better buzz. Yeah.
Like, did you hear that they're putting fentanyl in the cigarettes now? We got to ban them.
Yeah. What was the thing that you were saying? Is it Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, yeah. She don't like flavored tobacco. And I'm wondering if that applies to menthol, because that's like the most important fucking sale other than the light cigarettes.
Aren't there some places that have banned menthol? I don't know if it's in America, but maybe Canada or something.
That's kind of stupid, man.
Because they say it's like
that would be like, we think that
something.
milkshakes are leading to people's heart disease, so we're going to ban strawberry.
Well,
we're going to ban strawberry because people like it the best, and they're going and getting the strawberry milkshakes, and it's killing them. So we're going to ban the strawberry. They'll be stuck with plain old vanilla.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think the world would be better off without cigarettes. I don't know. I mean, maybe Stephen King would have never wrote a great damn book without a cigarette in his hand.
Excellent nootropic.
Who knows? But I don't know. Overall, I think it's terrible, and so many people have died, and it's just seriously tragic and not worth the risk.
Everything is about balance. And I will say it's not good to be addicted to cigarettes. I don't think cigarettes themselves are bad, though.
Yeah.
And I think cigarettes actually have a really romantic spot in American culture. I think that it's kind of in this sort of this idealized period of self-made people who really came up in the world fast through just an expansion in this country and that what that represented to them.
Shit, man, I don't go that deep with smoking.
Dream. I do. Everything I do, I'm like, everything I do is a metaphor for how I feel about the world.
Yeah.
My hair is long because I'm fucking... do you know what I'm protesting with my hair, man?
Yeah, it's because you're like a creative person. Like, everything is like an art piece and expression for you, I think.
Do you know who I'm fighting with this hair? Caesar. That's how far my grudges go back. It's history fucking repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
Our fucking ancestors used to have long hair, and then the fucking Romans came in, and we fucking had to shave our hair and become Romans.
Yeah. Man, honestly...
Now we got short hair. Fuck it.
Yeah. It is bullshit, man. Because I had long hair.
Let me be a fucking lion.
Yeah. I had long hair at one point in time as well. And honestly, a big part in me keeping it for so long was just because the people that would be like, when you gonna cut your hair?
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's like, oh, never now. Never, ever. I'll enjoy this.
The only people who ever really did that to me was my grandparents.
Yeah.
And that to me, that was just charming. I was like, I won't let you ram me with scissors.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's not charming to me. I feel like so many people around these parts, it's like rude. It's like a reason for them to like pick at you. You know what I mean? Because they see boys as
they see somebody that's not subscribing to what the culture is around here, and they pick on them. That's how culture spreads.
To them, that's like feminine. You know, it's like it's gay.
There's a little bit of homophobia in there. Yeah,
and like the Christianity, hardcore Christianity is
Roman Christianity
influence as well.
bullshit.
Because I mean,
No offense to Catholics. Just the actual Romans. Fuck those guys.
I mean, for a religion that feels like a woman shouldn't cut her hair, you know, if you believe that strongly, then obviously you might have a strong opinion on a dude having long hair. Because, you know, you feel like dudes shouldn't have long hair, but that's a ridiculous notion. But whatever, you know.
I think that the only thing that we need to worry about as far as our hair goes is making sure that it don't fucking get all tangled up and start falling out and fucking manage it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You don't want to be that guy who's still holding on to the long hair even though it's...
Yeah. You don't want it to get...
It's going, man.
Yeah, I gotta get my dead ends trimmed off.
Yeah.
I haven't had my dead ends trimmed off in...
God, that's one thing I don't miss about having long hair is, like, the keep up for it. Like,
well, you gotta go every time and get your hair cut. There you go.
Yeah, but I can get lazy about it, you know?
You get a little lazy. You can't get much lazier. You gotta get to a decision.
Like, man, drying my hair, though, is even, like, you know, I hated having to get up every morning fucking 10 minutes earlier just to dry my fucking head, dude.
Can I tell you something that's not gonna surprise you?
And get my ears all hot.
I enjoy looking like a mobster with my fucking slick back wet hair. Believe it or not.
I mean, I think you ought to just wear a suit then. You kind of used to.
Yeah, I did.
Gunboi, you've been a fucking mob member. I think you're in the fucking mob. Look at his gold chain he has on. Copper. I'm sorry, copper. He said copper is
a working man's metal.
Yeah. Just like cigarettes is a working man's recreation.
Marlboro Reds are a working man's cigarettes.
Now it makes total sense that the mob would be involved with the fucking cigarette company trying to sponsor the podcast. God, that's all you're doing, huh? You say, these guys...
Everybody's got to hustle, my friend.
These guys look like they might make something out of this. I'll weasel my way in and I'll advertise Marlboro. That's what you said.
What?
You said that you would weasel your way into the podcast with the rest of us podcast braincake guys. And you said, my sole mission is to, as a mob member, distribute Marlboro products and make the money.
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Do I look like an idiot to you? Because only a fucking idiot would say what you said that I said to you. So I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a problem?
Do you think that I'm a fucking idiot?
I mean, yeah, I do think you're a fucking idiot because you come on here, you come on this podcast, and you try to promote something that kills people, hundreds of thousands of people, and is extremely addictive. I don't appreciate mob members.
I don't think I'd do that.
Do what? Point my finger at you? Huh? Point.
No, what you're accusing me of.
Oh.
You fucking over-aggressive jerk.
Is that
What, because I'm fucking Italian?
Yeah.
Well, good news to you. I'm fucking Scotch-Irish, you motherfucker.
So what? What you got to say for yourself?
I ain't got Big Tony to break your legs.
Mm-hmm.
But I can break your fucking legs.
Break my legs.
God damn, he's serious. You fucking sick fuck. You want me to break your legs? What the fuck is wrong with you? You into some kind of
no,
BDSM shit? You want me to fucking spank you with a fucking doily?
No, you're making me blush, man.
All right. I was just saying, you kind of
settle down. I'm sorry for the shit we went through, okay? I'm sorry.
No homo. All right.
Yeah, no homo, man. No homo.
You gotta grab your balls real tight.
When you say no homo.
Yeah, you gotta grab them real tight. Just to keep it away from any homos.
Yeah.
You know.
There's one time me and a friend smoked some marijuana, which wasn't actually marijuana for legal purposes.
No, that's
marijuana. Yeah. And we were just speaking gibberish, and we started saying "Todo no homo do" in a rhythm. Like if you chant "Todo no homo do," Todo no homo do. Todo no homo do. Todo no homo do. Todo no homo do.
Do you summon Quetzalcoatl to fucking zoop you? Zoop you? He's gonna zoop you up, man.
Yeah.
take you away on a winged serpent.
Yeah. I feel like it could also be a really good rap song with that as the hook.
You would have to have some people fucked up.
Well, you only play it in the club.
No, to make it, you would have to have some people fucked up. That's one of those things, like, I Put a Spell on You by Screaming Jay Hawkins almost didn't happen. Like, they got him fucked up, and then that happened.
Really?
Yeah, like, it was going to be a completely different song. It was going to be, like, a slow, sad song.
How did they get him fucked up?
That beer and ribs.
Ha! That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest music video or like live performances you've ever shown me or anybody's ever shown me.
The studio recording.
Oh,
the
really?
OG song, yeah.
Wow.
It was gonna be this slow, sad song, and it wasn't sounding good.
Wow.
And so the record producer was like, "Put some fucking shit in here to liquor these guys up with," and he probably didn't call them guys. It was the '60s.
What is it about drugs and music, man, and art? You know. What
lets you let go.
Yeah.
It lets you let go. You get out of whatever this is that we're in right now, reality.
Yeah. No, I don't. But you know, art takes a certain sense of engagement, right? But it's like engagement with what? Like, does it lessen your like? You make connections that you normally wouldn't make, and so you have to express it in an abstract way, maybe? Does that make sense?
That's definitely how psilocybin treats your brain. That's it. Your brain's randomly connecting and hooking up. But I would say that it's like you're kind of coming in like discoveries. You mean kind of little things that you bump into that you didn't really make, that you're just coming up into. You know what I mean? Like the idea's already there, you just you kind of stumble on it, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's there. Look at that."
Yeah, I stumble onto a lot more ideas.
Well, you almost never, when you sit down and go, "I need an idea."
Yeah.
And you put a pen to a piece of paper, you almost never come up with anything.
That's why you get a bunch of inventors to work for you and take all their credit.
That's what Thomas Edison did.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking piece of shit. You know what he did invent though?
What?
A fucking ghost catching machine.
Huh?
A fucking ghost catching machine. It didn't work because ghosts aren't real, but it
we
was
need
there.
That, man. We need that back just in time for October, I think.
I think Dan Aykroyd knew about it. And that's how Ghostbusters happened.
Yeah, and I bet he's selling it along with his fucking Crystal Head vodka or whatever the fuck it is.
I fucking love that guy. He's insane. He's like Jesse Ventura. He's just so fucking eccentric and wonderful.
Yeah, very charismatic and entertaining.
Do you want a cigarette? Oh, lighter. Sorry.
See, I wasn't going to say anything, but now, see, you wanted to do it. It's your fucking mob trying to slip in the advertisement again. Oh,
I'm sorry. Did you need a cigarette lighter? Did you need a Marlboro cigarette lighter? Did you need a cigarette lighter that lights Marlboro cigarettes for you from Philip Morris Tobacco Company?
Fuck. Okay. Whatever. What were we talking about before that?
I don't know if they would want their tobacco company name out there. I think that's how they kind of get by with it. People are like, I'm gonna write a letter to Marlboro, tell them how they fucked up my granny with cancer. And then they write a letter and they send it. They try and find where the fuck is Marlboro? I can't find out where the fuck Marlboro is. Well, how the fuck do I talk to Marlboro? They probably think he's a person.
Yeah, I worked at a call center, and you know, you always get that call of like somebody who's really pissed off because their internet's not working, their phone's not working, TV ain't working.
Sorry, I need the cigarette lighter.
And you know, that is so dire for them that they want to speak to literally the president of the company. Like they think that's something that he takes time to do, is just take calls from angry customers.
That's when you say, I'm going to get my supervisor on this, and you hand it off to the supervisors. That's all that you can do, really. You can tell them what you can't do, and then if they don't listen to you...
Hey, you know what? Unless those supervisors won't take the call.
Or if you've got like a creepy dude who's trying to hit on you and you don't want to fucking talk to him. Yeah.
Who comes up behind you in your rolly chair and gives you a back rub, and he's like, how you doing, champ?
That is it.
Yeah. Yep, that would make the work environment difficult.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. They should get that fixed.
How the fuck they gonna do that?
I don't know. I don't know how to keep creeps out of the office, man. That's a struggle.
We're gonna start raising better guys. People's parents are gonna have to start sticking around and actually fucking watching them whenever they're little. And actually,
just
they
give
need
them,
to fucking
just giving them an iPad.
when they're at home. They need to just fucking let them go outside and do whatever,
Yeah.
and not be right on top of them either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think as a kid, it's important for you to have a variety of experiences and not just like playing a video game continuously for 12 hours a day. But I did that. That was a majority of my
And
youth.
hasn't that fucked us up pretty badly?
I guess, yeah. I mean, whenever I first started working out, it was like fucking horrifying. And like, it's because I've never been physically active, really. Like when I was a kid, I played basketball. That's like fucking 3rd grade or some shit.
Well, I mean, just our mental health being trapped like that in a fantasy all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of being out in the world. And that's what, when Joe Biden made that fucking speech, and he was talking about, make sure the television's on, make sure the record player's going, and the kids hear words.
The record player, bro. The record player.
The record player. And he started to say television, then he was like, fuck, they don't like TV.
They like record
They have
players.
records. And he's right. In Portland, they have record players.
Yeah, but that's definitely not what he was talking about.
No, that is what he was talking about. He's trying to be trendy. I swear to God, he is. He's fucking crazy that he thinks he's going to be trendy.
I don't
he's
know,
so
man.
old.
I think he's just out of touch.
There's no way. You know what it is? He thinks that he can do it because Trump does it, but Trump's been on Twitter forever.
Yeah.
Trump's been on Twitter for so fucking long. Biden probably didn't know what a Twitter was until Trump happened.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, Barack Obama was really like the first era of like digital marketing, like as president.
During Barack Obama's presidency, he kept Joe Biden in the basement.
Yeah.
He treated him like a fucking idiot all the time.
I mean, most people. I mean, yeah, like people are familiar.
Oh, we're best friends moments and stuff, but he treated him like shit all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, he was never given any glory for sure. Like
because he was an embarrassment every time he stepped out of the door. He almost fucked up in 2012 and got Mitt Romney elected. You know how hard you would have to fuck up to get Mitt Romney elected? You'd have to fuck up pretty bad. You know what he said?
What?
He said, Barack took y'all out of chains. Barack took you out of chains. Now Mitt Romney's going to put y'all back in chains.
Yeah.
And he went down like that with his hands, like he was
in chains,
like he was doing a dance or something. I don't know what that was.
Fuck, man. He's literally. It creeps me out. Like I what's that guy that
I love kids jumping up and down on my lap.
yeah. Dude, but the videos of him like clearly sniffing people's hair and like pulling women in clothes.
He told a story one time about how his grandchild talked about how he smelled like her dad. So his son. And so I think smelling is like a thing in that family somehow. They're just very nose-oriented people.
What's that
It's all
thing?
that coke Biden has snorted over the years.
What's that thing that
Mostly since the campaign started.
that Alex Jones talks about that Joe Rogan references all the time, saying that Joe Rogan is giving him credit for it, for filming the
Bohemian Grove.
Yes, the Bohemian Grove where they
you want to get
worship the owl.
assassinated? Yeah, we don't have a following yet. We can be easy to cover up.
Well, all I'm saying is I bet Joe Biden sniffs the owl, man. That's part of the ritual. Like he walks up to the giant owl before they sniff it. I mean,
they all get up and they. And by the way, I think you said. Did you say Joe Rogan? I think you did. I think you said
plot
Joe
twist.
Rogan.
We're in a pink truck video right now.
Jesus Christ.
Where we created one for Joe. I'm sorry. I'm not on a first name basis with him. What the fuck am I in the fucking
I don't
realm
even
of
know
LA
if you meant
comedians?
Biden or Rogan.
Both of them. They both sniff it, man.
They both sniffed it. No, I mean
Sniff
that you
the
were on a
owl.
first name basis with. I don't know which one you were calling just
yeah.
Joe a second ago, Biden or Rogan, because we were talking about two Joes. Two Joes. That'd be a great fucking show. Just get like it's a podcast where it's Joe Rogan and Joe Biden and somebody else.
Oh my!
Every episode.
But all it is, man, is like Joe Biden is typical with no medication, no enhancements.
Yeah, no, he don't get anything that's going on.
And Joe Rogan, but going at the intensity with working out that he did in October. Like, all the time. So he's just fucking exhausted.
He's taking the fucking supplements, the brain fat or whatever it is.
But barely staying awake. Dude, if you watch... Honestly, it's so sad because I love Kyle Kalinske on his Joe Rogan episodes. Secular Talk. He's like a... How would you describe him?
He was originally like an atheist, new atheist kind of guy like Sam Harrison. Like, that was his video thing, kind of like The Amazing Atheist started out like that, and then they both transitioned into, like, news-oriented stuff.
Yeah, it's like a political YouTube channel.
Pretty much all the channels that I was subscribed to have turned into political channels.
Yeah. But anyway, the point I'm making is that there's one of the Sober October episodes where Joe Rogan is fucking...
Wisdom teeth are killing me, man.
Damn, that sucks. He is like working out super hard because he's in a competition, and also not drinking, smoking weed or anything like that. So, and he's fucking about to fall asleep at the end of that Kyle Kalinske episode that's at the end of October, dated. I mean, literally, if you watch the YouTube video, he's like this. And like barely just responding to him, just slump-faced, fucking about to die.
God damn, man, it's killing me right now, especially bad. I might need to go to the dentist tomorrow. I think it might be breaking over my other fucking tooth back there a little bit.
What? Oh, shit, dude.
I don't know if it's breaking, but there's a ton of pressure.
That sucks. Just, man, you got to think about Kanye West in times like this.
Yeah, you got that, but... Through the wire.
Yeah, that's a song where he recorded it after his fucking car accident, man, with a busted jaw. And you gonna let your little hurt tooth stop you from this podcast, man? To be Kanye, dude.
No,
Kanye West is obviously rational.
You, this tooth is so fucked up that it's sideways, and I can feel it rubbing against my cheek because it hurts.
Oh, God.
That's how fucked up my wisdom teeth is. Ooh. I should have got them pulled a long ass time ago. Before they came in, they should have cut them out. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Always get your wisdom teeth cut out if they tell you should do that.
I don't even know if I've grown my wisdom teeth yet, or maybe I grew them without problems.
Some people get to keep them. Yeah. Some people get to keep them. I was like, I'm going to be one of the ones that get to keep them. Or they don't even know yet.
Maybe I'll just get real fucked up one day. They'll start coming in at a terrible time in my life, you know?
Could happen.
Because that's exactly when it would happen. Like, what if you had fucking coronavirus and a fucking hurt tooth, like a fucking tooth pain? That would be the ultimate suffering.
So you can't breathe good. Well, you can breathe, but you can't get any oxygen to your fucking limbs and shit and your blood, and because it strips your fucking red blood cells of oxygen and clots in your body. And your organ systems and stuff clot up and stuff, and that's what's causing the pneumonia is clots. Apparently, it's not like phlegm, like drainage. It's like clots.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's weird fucking virus.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So
honestly,
can't breathe and fucking mouth pain is pretty fucking bad.
I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to extrapolate on. Like coronavirus plus toothache pain.
We're gonna have to every C word that comes up in here. We're gonna have to just come back in and bleep so that YouTube doesn't hide our videos.
What for talking about coronavirus?
The
COVID-19, dude. Wear your mask,
coronavirus,
bro. I mean, yeah, wear a mask though. I guess. I don't know. I hate that I feel like every time I just talk about wearing a mask, either one way or the other, feeling like I'm taking a political side just because I'm fucking talking about a mask, bruh.
I'll take a political side. Fuck that mask shit.
Why, dog?
Cause fuck that mask shit.
Why?
What, you want to put us in a bubble? Next one's going to be worse. You want to put us in a bubble. You know H1N1? You know H1N1 was 10 times worse than this fucking shit? And the Obama administration just stopped fucking testing for it.
Well,
and now all of a sudden Corona's a big deal. You never thought why that is. kills 2% of the people who get it.
Well, and let's be honest, most of the masks that people are wearing are not built to block out
No.
anything.
They're meant to keep you from breathing on other people.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have a fever or you're symptomatic, wear a mask and go get tested.
But
and if you
most
feel
of
like
the
you're
masks,
at risk,
I'm sorry.
stay at home as much as you can and wear one of those filter masks if you can get it. If not, I mean, it's a bad time to be compromised with your immune system and sick.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a bad time for both of those things to be happening to you. And
Yeah.
if you are, then it'll.
Well,
treat
man,
you
I
bad.
don't know. I feel like the fact that it just gets, a virus, and I know this is not surprising, but it shouldn't be politicized at all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. We should be factual about this. Why are we muddying the waters about something that's that dangerous?
The problem is that every single issue in this country gets politicized. And so if you, if you have a common sense, rational thought process on something, you have to take the one political side or the other because they draw a line. And
Yeah.
it's not because you agree with everything that party says. You can have a lot of different varied ideas from a lot of different areas, but you've got to pick one side or the other of that argument specifically. And if that's politics, then you got to sign up for it.
Yeah. And then you have some politicians who aren't even representing things that most Americans want at all.
No,
Like,
I messaged Hal Rogers about marijuana, about the cartels, and about how that's a big source of profit for them, and how we should legalize marijuana so that the cartels can't grow it over here and sell it to our people illegally at a high markup.
which is not a fucking excuse. That's a legitimate part of the problem.
Yeah, the cartels own drugs because we make drugs illegal and force it into the hands of criminals like the cartels.
Yes.
And
yes.
and he sent a stock exchange back to me that he has obviously had prepared for marijuana, that said that he believes that legalizing marijuana in any way is bad. So even medicinally, Hal Rogers, our representative here in this district, does not support marijuana legalization.
And how many people in this area do you think would support
Almost
marijuana
all of
legal?
them.
Yeah.
I mean, half the people around here smoke marijuana.
I mean, hell yeah, most of the
I
people
would
a lot
say
of places do.
especially the young population smokes marijuana, and a lot of the older people do too.
Yeah.
It's like Gen Xers are a little bit more kind of weird about it.
I mean, I don't know. I just, all I do know is that over 50% of the country thinks that it should be legalized. And I mean, that should say enough.
It's like a large majority of the country.
I mean, and it's not even in the conversation.
You know what's crazy though?
It's not even something that our two representatives of the country are even.
97% of Americans think that something should be done about money in politics. And 93% of Americans think that it's impossible to do something about it.
That's so sad.
That is very sad. That is you having 100% basically of the power, because you elect every single one of these people. And if you tell them we're not going to vote for you unless you support this thing, then they don't have any choice but to support that thing.
Yeah.
Or they get out and they don't make any money from their fucking donors and shit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they'd be giving up their donors. So, I mean, it'd be kind of a stalemate probably if you have a two-party system, which is kind of a problem.
What do you mean?
Well, if you have a two-party system, then both of the parties can just say, well, we're not going to give in to this demand. Obviously, we're going to run on other issues, and they'll vote or they won't vote.
We'll run on the issues that we make the money on.
And the people that will vote one way or the other, and will continue to make money. And that's why the Founding Fathers probably never wanted a two-party system. I mean, they did never want a two-party system, but that's probably why. Is because it would stop certain legislation from being able to be passed if it was in great demand from the people, even if because the government would be able to, be corrupted. And, I mean, over time, that shit happens. Every government gets corrupted over time.
So, man, where do you think we go from here? What do you think?
Term limits on congressmen. Lobbyists need to be limited a little bit. Now, I mean, lobbying needs to still exist, but it needs to be different than it is right now. Mm-hmm. And
I mean, lobbying. What is
lobbying
it exactly?
is basically just monetary advocacy, and
like paying somebody to represent your
you're not. Supposedly, they're not paying people to support things.
Yeah, supposedly in bold letters. But that's what it's about in general.
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
In general.
yeah.
The largest lobbies are from giant corporations. That's where the largest lobbies are from.
Well, of course.
Basically, they form like a shadow trust. Remember back in the day, you would have a trust, and it would be a bunch of businesses working together to keep their prices all the same, kind of.
Oh.
And
Monopoly.
But like that was a shadow monopoly, and they're creating like a shadow trust. Like we've got these lobbyists that represent us and all of our issues, and they can keep us in this kind of status quo that we can keep. And we've got the biggest lobbies with the most lobbyists, and that's what happens. You wind up money gains influence in any political system over time. If you let collect and build in the same hands forever, and you don't pump any new blood into it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with people not being able to make themselves. Like, the reason why Donald Trump appeals to so many people is because he's a self-made man.
Yeah, 100%.
He's worked really hard to get where he is, and
I don't know if you meant that serious or not.
He worked really hard, and he's taken a lot of risks.
His dad was rich.
Yeah, his dad was rich, but $1 million is $1 million, not billions of dollars.
But you grow up in that environment. You learn from your father, who makes millions of dollars, about how to make millions of dollars. And no, I mean, obviously he's president of the United States, so he's worked pretty hard. But I'm just saying, I think he started at a different point than most people do.
Yeah.
Not to say he didn't work hard. I mean, I guess,
everybody starts at a different. That's why I say it's always best never to judge anybody from where they came from. Because you can judge somebody negatively from both backgrounds, whether you come from a really limited background or you come from a really positive background.
Yeah, I mean, you can come from like a sheltered, rich environment and go on to be a great person.
Or and a hard worker.
That's totally possible. Yeah, and a hard worker for sure.
And you can have problems.
Yeah.
and they're not real because you grew up with a stable home life.
Yeah. Man, and this is actually a statistic I seen on Secular Talk. I mean, I don't know how verified it is, but generally he's pretty, he has good resources, I think. I mean,
mostly, yeah.
But
some of the articles he pulls up are not from good sources, but everybody uses the article that tells the narrative that they want to tell.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a poll, and it was reasons for why people were voting for who they were going to vote for.
Oh, yeah, the anti-Trump vote for Biden.
It was like a ridiculously high percentage. The most high percentage, the reason someone is voting for Biden is...
because he's not Trump.
It's not Trump, yeah. And
you notice how enthusiastic Trump supporters are. Mm-hmm. They're like, policy. He's doing what we want him to do. And that number is growing every day. I really think that Tim Pool was right whenever he said there's going to be a 49-state clean sweep for Donald Trump.
Holy shit.
Just like fucking Ronald Reagan did in the fucking 80s.
You want to make a bet, Gunboi? And we can make the bet right now. And
what are the stakes of the bet?
I don't know.
That depends on how much I want to bet about it. Because I was wrong saying that Hillary Clinton was going to win.
Yeah.
Of course, I was with literally everybody else on that. Except for Michael Moore and my dad.
49 states, you think?
I think he has a good chance of getting 49 states.
Well, I'm going to say I don't disagree with that. I think that Joe Biden is horrid competition for a man who has very, very dedicated followers.
Another part of it is sex trafficking in the deep state. And that's a major issue for a lot of voters and these proxy wars.
I mean, dude, just the general American, though. Just the general person. Who can get passionate about Joe Biden? I can't. I can't get passionate about Trump either, man. I think it's just saddening. I really do. Like, I can't believe that these are the two people out of all of America that deserve this position. I just can't possibly fathom that being the truth.
I get passionate about Trump when I think about how bad Joe Biden would be.
Yeah, and you know what? I get. God damn it.
Is it passionate about Joe Biden when you think about how bad Trump is?
No. That's the sad realization, though.
Is that it's you? Yep. Well, here's the thing: is Joe Biden is a fucking tool of China, and Nancy Pelosi said that out loud on fucking the news. She was like, he's
to me,
Joe Biden's
to me, man.
candidate.
What I think, I guess, and the reason I feel that way is because it's like, man, the Democratic Party keeps fucking sabotaging candidates that people actually want.
100%.
You know, and it just makes me angry at them and be like, maybe you would get the point. Maybe. But that's fucking wrong thinking. Get it. No, yeah, exactly.
I think
it's
they realize
bullshit,
loud
man.
and clear that people have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, we've labeled Republicans blanketly as homophobes and racists. And so people who believe those things are bad cannot associate with them.
But man, the reason that I do, and here's my thing with Biden, is I think that he's mild. He's a fucking mild man. I mean, he is ridiculous, and he, in arguments with people, calls them fat, like fucking sinks that low. What
worries me is he's an Obama-era relic, and that he's a hawk, and that we don't need a hawk in the Middle East right now. Mm-hmm. We don't need somebody who's going to wage war and start new... Obama started a shit ton of wars.
Well, let me
he started 4 of them.
Really quick, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, with that, like... I think Donald Trump just set such an aggressive tone, and I think that radical thing that he creates, you know, there is no radical Joe Biden supporters, really. You know,
no,
there are a lot of radical Donald Trump
There are a lot
supporters.
of radical leftists voting for Joe Biden. They're not Joe Biden supporters, though. They're anti-Trump people.
Yeah,
that's a distinction to make. Because they don't like Joe Biden either.
You know, and both of those are scary. And maybe, you know, Trump seems the most scary because that's what's in power right now.
Well, you've been propagandized to think that he's a monster, too, since the day that he started running. I don't think he's really a monster.
I mean, I think he's a monster like every other president is a monster.
That's kind of what I was saying. He's more a monster in the vein of Barack Obama, George Bush, Bill Clinton than he is a monster in the vein of an Adolf Hitler.
But it scares me the way that people...
And he's actually less of a monster in that respect.
It scares me the way that people band together behind him and make, you know, treat him like a football team, like it's, you know... You're not gonna tell if he deflates the football. You know what I mean? Because you want him to win because that's your team and that's what you claim. And like,
there's a lot of fucking denial.
I think
Trump side.
Yeah, and I think, you know,
it's almost all denial.
A lot of people who follow him blindly and don't like fact check what he says.
Yeah, 100%.
And
pretty much everybody that I talk to follows him.
Yeah,
is just a blind follower.
Yeah, and you know, maybe if Biden were president, maybe that lack of radical following of the president, there being less people who are passionate about him, maybe they would be more ready to criticize him and make proper change.
I think there is a serious chance that if Biden gets elected, that you see a lot of militia groups come out of the hills, and these protests turn into a little bit more violent than what they are right now. And I think it was Kamala Harris who said these protests are happening right now, and they're going to happen after the election too. Remember, as CNN called them, or MSNBC, I think it was, these mostly peaceful protests.
She called them mostly peaceful.
She called them mostly peaceful protests.
I mean, dude,
some violence happens to break out everywhere, and we don't know why. They're mostly peaceful protests. We swear to God.
Man, I don't know what.
It's doublespeak.
You know,
Have you ever read 1984?
Nuh-uh.
There's this concept in 1984 called doublespeak, where you say something but you really mean something else, and that's what it is. They're saying mostly peaceful protests, and what they mean is the riots that we're supporting, that are riots, that and that we're going to push the narrative that they're peaceful though, and we're just going to spread the message that we're on the right side, and that way everybody's going to submit and do what you fucking want them to.
Yeah.
It's weird how a group concerned with the eradication of fascism uses fascistic tactics to enforce its morality on other people.
Yeah, man. We don't need to be violent, that's for sure. No side needs to be violent.
No. And
please,
it's going to happen if people don't back the fuck off and stop burning shit and breaking shit.
You know,
beating people up. But that one guy got killed the other day just randomly.
I mean, I empathize with those people. I really do, because, like,
it pisses you off. I mean, I was pissed off for a long time, but you learn that you have to work with other people to accomplish anything.
Yeah, listen, man, we're not gonna solve our issues that way. That's only gonna make us more divided. Mm-hmm. If we want to solve our fucking issues, we have to put the fucking weapons down and talk about and compromise. It's so upsetting, man. It really is. I don't know what it is about violence. Why people want to be violent.
People are inherently violent.
Why people don't want to look at the other side and compromise with them.
Bro.
Because people are selfish, I guess.
Look all around you. Everything around you everywhere is completely just the most violent, ruthless shit. There is not a place on earth that is peaceful for more than a decade. And even then, it's not peaceful because the entire time there's fucking bugs eating each other alive and fucking bears that rip deer apart while they're still going, oh. And then where's Fido? Where's Fido?
Earth is
he was
not
outside
peace.
just a second ago, and then that coyote fucking ripped into him with 6 of its friends, and now his limbs are all over the place.
Man, yeah, Earth is chaos.
We're
what am I expecting?
Do you know what monkeys do? Have you ever seen that fucking woman who got her face ripped off by a chimp? That was our fucking ancestor.
I'm really expecting something that grew out of this rock called Earth.
This fucking magma-filled fucking...
to be Nirvana.
We've got rock on the outside of it and water that keeps it cool enough for us to live on, but underneath all that, it's just fucking magma.
Yeah.
Just fucking molten fucking fire.
Yeah, sometimes it blows out of a thing called a volcano.
Sometimes it's super volcano. And it just, everything dies.
It blows shit off the map. Yeah.
Earth is death.
Yeah.
Life is death.
Yet somehow, humans, we find a way
to for brief periods of time, get along and accomplish things. And that's our one superpower. And it doesn't last long, and you have to capitalize on it, and then a lot of people die after it ends.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. There's like I've been like playing with this phrase in my head lately, and it seems to be more and more true, and it's that there's a push and pull in the universe, like always.
Yeah, there's a cycle to everything.
The yin yang, it's like, that's exactly what it is. There's not the shadow without the person. There's not the person without the shadow. There's I don't know, man. I guess it's so simple, you know. It's just I feel strongly about it, but I don't know how to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Just hits home when you start thinking about the universe and life that way. You know, it's just you don't have the good without the bad, and the bad without the good.
Well, you wouldn't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine if everything was amazing for your entire life, and you lived to be 45 years old, and everything was perfect all the time, and then you stepped on a twig and got a splinter. Do you know how fucking awful that would be?
Yeah. God.
First time you ever experienced pain, always happy when you're fucking 45.
Yeah.
We come out and we have this thing of flesh that comes from our belly button, and it's not like we chop the entire thing off and there's a belly button underneath and there's no cut. We fucking cut most of it off and then we let it rot off and it's fucking, we're born with this fucking decaying thing attached to us.
Ugh.
Are we fucking goths?
Are we goths? I don't
Are we
know.
goths? Is this what goths is? I don't have nail polish on.
You know,
I always thought that was an indicator.
Do goths like live forever? Like
Goths live forever. They want to so bad. They want to be vampires.
Dude, Jimothy in school had a guy try to sell. He was like he came up
Was
to
it
him.
immortality juice?
It was something like that. Immortality in his basement after death, forever in a party in his basement, forever for eternity. If Jimothy sold his
guy.
soul,
I like that really
him.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would talk to that guy for a long time about a lot of shit.
Would
and
you
we
sell
would
your
connect
soul
on a
to
lot
him,
of-
man?
I would think about it heavily. I would be
Yeah.
like, you, and it's just in your basement. Not hell. You're not the devil.
Yeah.
You're just a dude. But the devil can lie. That's one superpower he's got that the fairy folk don't have in all those English folk tales.
Yeah, so you might have just sold your soul to the
It
devil.
might have been the devil and you don't know until you die.
Yeah.
It is in a hot place down low.
But, oh, you know what would suck, man? What if he offered that to a lot of people, but you were the only guy that accepted it, and it was just you and him? in his
And I have to
basement?
talk to this sick fuck forever.
Yeah.
No fucking Gandhi, no Kurt Cobain, just me and this sick fuck with a punch bowl full of vodka. And I gotta make sure not to pass out so he doesn't fucking use me like a schoolgirl.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, well, one of the reasons I bring that up, the immortality thing, I came to a conclusion the other day. I think, man, I used to think, like, if somebody said, do you want to live forever? There was always the clear answer to be like, no. That would be terrible. That would be torturous. But the more I think about it, man, I'm like, shit, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I always say, you should always, if you pick between life and death, always pick life.
Eternal life, can you imagine?
Even if I'm a
seeing
fucking
the
head.
shift, seeing how things change over time, just like seeing the world from the perspective of all the things coming and going, it would be incredible.
I would be a fucking brain in a jar and live forever if I
Yeah.
had to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just self-preservationist in
I
me.
don't know about that.
I don't want to die.
I want to be like a.
It's okay if I die, but I'll always choose to live. I won't ever choose to die. I won't ever be like, turn me off, Jim. I've had enough of this world.
Even if you're just a head in the jar,
Yeah.
like you'd be comfortable. That's just a head in the jar.
No, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, turn me off. I'm ready to commit suicide.
See, I just want to be the like Twilight vampire eternal. Like I want to just
Yeah,
I wanna
that's
be
preferable.
fully-
Definitely.
Yeah,
That's
like,
more,
I want to
that's
have
better.
like superpowers. You know.
Yeah, that is one thing. That is the thing that's most enticing to me about vampirism is that
Yeah.
you've got cool ass claws and fangs and that you can fly, maybe.
Yeah, you can maybe fly. Like you can
Depending
turn
on the
into-
vampire
might be
mythos.
able to turn into a bat.
If I can run really, really fast, I'll take that too.
Yeah, sure. Why would you not take super speed?
I mean, like instead of flying, I'll take that instead
Oh,
of flying if I have to.
Really? I would
Yeah, I think
prefer
that's
to
the
fly.
limitations of the universe. Like Stephanie Meyer wrote fucking Twilight. The vampires couldn't fly; they could just run really fast. I was
Yeah.
like, I'd take that. I'd fucking sparkle in the sun. I'd have super strength still and be able to fucking rip into shit like raw steel and.
Yeah. So you're saying you can suspend disbelief for a vampire running fast, but not for them flying. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying Stephanie Meyer couldn't fucking do that, and she made him sparkle.
Oh.
But I wouldn't complain with those rules if I got to live forever. That's what I'm saying.
They didn't have enough of an FX budget, so they just had to go with the sparkle.
Yeah, I know it's different.
They
in the
couldn't make
book,
'em
but that's
fly.
what it still fucking sounds like.
What?
Oh, you're not talking about how in the book it's like he has diamonds under his skin?
No. What? He's
like
a vampire with diamonds under his
No,
skin?
in the sunlight, that's how she describes how he's
Oh.
fucking sparkles. And I'm like, yeah, but that's just an
Gorgeous.
artsy way of saying he's fucking sparkling,
Yeah.
alright?
Yeah.
He's got glitter skin like fucking Emma Frost from X-Men. Is that what you want? He's clear and see-through? No, I don't think that's what these people want. I think they want a sexy dude with body glitter.
Yeah. Who's real pale.
Who's real pale.
Which makes him look even more shiny.
Because it's not the it's not the creamy white complexion. It's the blue veins everywhere, just uncomfortably blue.
Yes.
Oh, is that dying?
It's virus protection.
The Chinese heard us talking about what was it called that we talked about earlier?
I got no idea. We talked about something Chinese. I
Yeah.
think that was before the show, maybe. What was the show we created?
We talked
It
about
was Ben
something
Shapiro.
Chinese. No, it wasn't Chinese. It was anime.
Yeah.
That's racist as hell.
Yeah.
Shin Bapiro. Yeah, Shin Bapiro. That would be the greatest name for a fucking anime ever.
Yeah. Can you imagine Ben Shapiro as an anime character also?
With just a really happy, like a little, what's the little cute ones with the big head?
Chibi.
Big fucking chibi smile with the fucking little eyes and the thumbs up.
Somebody make that.
Little
man.
yarmulke.
Yes. Get on it.
With like a red dot on the back of it because it's a Japanese show.
Or he's about to get shot in the back of the head with a sniper rifle the whole time.
Whoa, hey.
That's just the red dot sight on his yarmulke. Am I inciting people to assassinate Ben Shapiro?
Get a lot of death threats. Apparently he gets more death threats than any other journalist in America.
Of course he would say that.
That's what he says.
I get any more death threats.
Everybody says that knows him, but I think they believe him.
I get more death threats than my wife gets surgeries.
He probably does. Jewish people.
I mean, gets shit.
He probably gets a lot of Jewish people hate because there's a lot of people that like vitriolically despise Jews.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's
Neither
really
do I.
strange.
It's so fucking weird. Like, especially like over in the Middle East, where there's like the Arab Jew split in Palestine. I'm like, you guys are the same ethnic group. You just have different religions.
Yeah.
Why do you hate each other so much? But India and Pakistan hate each other. And
Who knows?
Basically the same thing.
Why do we all hate each other? Goes back to the division thing. It's like...
It does. European
fuck?
countries hate each other more than they hate any fucking other country outside of Europe. Talk to a fucking Italian about Frenchies.
French kisses?
No, I don't know about fucking Italian people feel about French people.
What is
I assume they feel the same way about everybody else. Like they stink, but they've got some kind of a charm.
What is the origin of the French kiss? Why is it called a French kiss when you tongue somebody while you kiss?
Oh, maybe because they fuck dogs or something. That's how they invented that shit.
I don't know.
Just swapping tongues with the dog.
Why would it be that though? What are the chances?
I don't know, I'm just
that
ripping on French
kiss,
people.
Come on, man.
I'm just talking
Come on,
shit about
get
the
it
French.
together.
Hey, I get to talk shit about the French, okay? We bailed their asses out in World War II, and they haven't had our backs since then. Fuck them Frenchies.
I like their fries.
Those ain't even their fucking fries.
French fries?
No. The potato's an American thing.
Here.
Fried potatoes.
You may be more familiar with this language. What is that word? I tried to look up the origin of the French kiss so we could share some knowledge, and I think it just led to more confusion.
I don't know. Maraichhanage.
Give it your best shot.
I'm going to put it out in a French accent and hope it comes out.
Okay.
Melachinage.
Yeah. Read the whole thing.
Almost read it all in a French accent. The French kiss was first known as melachinage, a term to describe the prolonged, deep tongue kiss practiced by the Melashins.
What?
That sounded Russian at the end right there. Melashins? Melashins? Oh, Melashins. I bet that's like okay. No, it's probably not maraschino cherries. Inhabitants of...
Fuck, dude.
I don't know. Inhabitants of Brittany, France. Oh, the Bretons. Bretons.
That still doesn't satisfy my hunger, though.
It dates from at least the 1920s. That was how the Bretons kissed.
Like they were the first to do it? That's crazy.
Deeply and with a lot of tongue and for a long time. And that's how they kissed each other. And that's what French kissing is making out. It's not just a kiss with tongue.
Yeah.
It's heavy petting and fire.
Okay, I see. It's like a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do I like by the French? Spaghetti.
Yeah, buddy. You know how fucking crazy it is to think that the Italians didn't start eating tomatoes until like the fucking 1716 or 18, maybe even the fucking 1800s.
Italians didn't eat tomatoes until...
No, they were from America. So are potatoes. Potatoes are from America. They have potatoes in Europe.
So we made you, Italy. Without
We made
us.
all of Europe and also Russia.
Without us, Italy, you wouldn't have your prized possession, tomatoes.
We're responsible for the Irish potato famine. Killed lots of people.
That's right. Take notes, bitch. We'll do it to anybody. We'll cut off the food supply.
Oh, we do that sometimes.
I know we do. It's
We
pretty
do that
rough.
sometimes. We don't mean to.
Yeah, they mean to. We don't mean to.
We directly mean to. Me and him, we mean to.
Yeah,
We cut off the food supplies. Yes, we've starved many nations to death.
Yeah.
Me and him over the years.
I mean, it's just
We're
something
surprised you haven't heard of us already. In fact, the FBI is probably looking for us, and if we got more views on this podcast, we'd be fucked, because we've starved so many countries to death.
I like to do it in my spare time.
It's so easy.
I really hope
All
there
you gotta
never
do is eat all the food.
there's never any evidence that crops up that could possibly seem like we were cutting off food supplies to other countries, because I don't know.
Well, I mean, if anybody ever accuses of it, we're fucked, because we just went on
We
a
just
spiel
admitted
for,
it. We just
for
admitted
minutes about it.
Yeah.
Also, we set that... I'm not going to even joke about that. They'll fucking kill us. They won't
Yeah.
kill us. They'll be looking at us real hard. That's real hard, because that's a serious fucking topic. I ain't going to fuck with that.
No. Yeah. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the fuck I was going to say with that, but we had to get the fuck out of that land.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. It helped.
Remember that fucking song from WrestleMania 23? Fucking
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, what was it by? Fucking Saliva? Is that who? Welcome to the show.
Holy
Is that what it
shit, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
That was a
Please.
fucking
Yeah.
showcase.
Those
That
guys
was a
are from
fucking-
Kentucky, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Saliva. Yeah.
So it was Saliva.
Yeah, it was Saliva for sure.
They did Batista's entrance music too while walking along.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, we've been going an hour almost. So what do you think?
Oh, we could have ended it on that, ladies and gentlemen. That could have been the purpose for that. That was the fate of the gods, and I've just fucking chucked it at them.
Well, I should have took your note. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls,
cats
stay away
and
from
dogs,
Joe Biden.
and Donald Trump.
But
Good.
children
Good.
especially. But
Nope.
children especially. He loves them jumping up and down on his lap, man.
And Trump
them
loves to
jumping
grab him by the pussy.
He
Good
does.
night, everybody.
He does. and